These are 9 different UGC style videos that you can create for brands to add variety to your content and portfolio. As always, timestamps are below. Use them if you need them. Let's jump to the computer for a full breakdown and to show you some examples of each of these video styles. These are the 9 different types of UGC videos that we are going to go over right now. First, we have aesthetic or the product showcase, a product demonstration, showing the product in use, how to use it, unboxing, problem solution, testimonial, vlog, voiceover, transformations that show a before and after, and lastly, educational. Jumping into the aesthetic product showcase, this video it is what it sounds like. It's more so an aesthetic video that highlights the product itself. There might not be a lot of showing your face in this video because it's really all about the product, making it look as aesthetic and pleasing to the eye as possible. Here's an example of the aesthetic style. Let's turn the volume up. So that is the aesthetic product example. I like to use natural lighting for this. If you could be right by a window and it's like golden hour, the sun is going straight through the window, that is the perfect time to film the aesthetic style videos. So that is number one. The second one is a product demonstration. Again, this is just showing the product in use, how to use it, what it does. This could be product focus, or you could also show your face. I'm going to show you an example that's product focus. This is using that website that we mentioned in our previous lesson. So I'm going to hover over, as you can see, this company, the Fresh Juice Company, they're running a lot of ads right now. It looks like this one is a top 22% CTR. So I want to watch this one, and it is a product demonstration. So that one is really simple. Something that I'm noticing with these or with this video specifically is that the background is very clear, clean. It's simple, just against the wall, on the counter. What we noticed also with the aesthetic video and this one, when it is showcasing the product alone, if it's leaning towards the aesthetic style, the women who are filming this do have their nails done. So we do want to pay attention to those little things, doing like glue on nails if you're going for that aesthetic, or at least clean nails, nothing too messy. Obviously, if you're going for more organic and daily use of a product, like this one feels more organic, authentic, on the go. So you don't really have to pay much attention to that. We'll show this one in a second. But with those aesthetic styles, that's something to keep in mind if that's what you want to lean towards. This one, I'm going to show you this. It's more authentic, on the go, real. You wouldn't have to pay attention to things like that if you do a video more so leaning this way. So that one's pretty simple, shows the product in use. I also like that as an example. The next one we have is an unboxing. There are so many ways that you could do unboxings. It could be showing your face, not showing your face. I also notice some people do ASMR style unboxing. So that's where it's silent, there's no music, and you're just like tapping on the box. The audio is strictly the unboxing, the paper coming undone, the wrappings, all of that. So let's watch a few of those. So that one's a good example for combining both aesthetic and unboxing. It starts with a good hook, captures your attention because it's nice. Whoops, because it's nice and aesthetic here. So that's a good capturing attention, and then it goes into the unboxing, putting the product together, and then the final look. So that's a good combination. It's nice, quick, 13 seconds. Next one is ASMR type unboxing. Let's watch this. So this video continues on for 2.5 minutes. When creating UGC videos, you wouldn't want to do 2.5 minutes long unless the brand requests it. You want it to be quick to the point. So I liked the unboxing in the beginning and then maybe showing the final look of the product all set up, all done. That's what I would do for that ASMR style. You see how it was quiet. It really the only audio that was peeking through was the audio of the unboxing. Before jumping into our fourth video style, if you've been subscribed for a while, you might be thinking this video structure is slightly different from the usual videos here on Millie's channel, where I'm like talking to the camera the whole time. You get a ton of flashy B-roll, etc., etc. That's because this video is actually a lesson from my course bundle that I created for content creators called the BSP Model, and you're just getting a sneak peek. While I'm on maternity leave, every other week here on my channel, I'll be releasing an exclusive look inside the BSP Model to you and literally only you, my YouTube subscribers. The BSP Model is the only course bundle that exists right now for content creators. And as you can see here, these are all of the courses that you get access to when joining the BSP Model. Altogether, there's over 150 lessons throughout the entire bundle. So yeah, I've done my research. There's literally nothing else like it on the market. The really cool thing with BSP is not that it's a course bundle, but instead it's everything that I've learned over the past 7 years in this industry bundled together and then laid out in order for you to follow a step-by-step structure. That way you can build your personal brand, scale on any social media platform of your choice, and make money as a content creator in as little time as possible. So if you're someone who wants to be a full-time content creator and you don't want to waste time figuring out how to do it on your own, or maybe you feel like you've already wasted a ton of time trying to figure it out and nothing's working, BSP is literally the steps for you to follow from A to Z so that you could go from 0 to full-time. And I'm not just saying that. These are just some of the students that have gone through the BSP model and seen amazing results. So I 100% believe that you can too. I'll leave everything that you need to know linked down below. And if you're unsure if the entire course bundle is right for you, I do have a few other options like individual courses you can join, or even the BSP sample platter, which is completely free to join and gives you a taste of each course that's inside BSP before joining. That is all I will say. We can jump back to the computer and back to our video. Next, we have the problem solution. This is specific to the brand and the product that you're creating content for. So with your product in hand, asking yourself, what is a problem that the brand's target audience faces? And then how is the product the solution to that problem? Here's an example.
If your sunscreen does this, you need this video. I've been applying sunscreen on my skin every single day since I was 13 years old. I'm 25 now, and this is my skin with no makeup on, just sunscreen. I've tried a lot of sunscreens out there, and I surprisingly only have 2 favorites. These are SPF 50, brown girl friendly, and have skincare ingredients in them. So let's get into it. First up, we have the Beauty by Josen Relief Sunscreen, and I'm doing a heavy 2-finger test on both sunscreens.
So this is the problem solution, because the problem that the audience faces is that white cast that the sunscreen can leave. That's definitely a common problem with sunscreen. And then the solution is finding a sunscreen that is SPF 50, great for your skin, but is great for every skin tone out there. So that is the solution. And then for that video, you would just address that one product as a solution. So that one wasn't like a specific UGC video for a specific brand, but it was just a good style. You would jump into that one sunscreen. This is a sunscreen from show it, put it on, and that's the solution. Next up is the testimonial. You can do this in so many ways. You could film your authentic reaction to the product, testing the product for the first time or just hyping up your experience about the product if you've used it before and you're just like, okay, this is literally the best thing ever, I'm going to show you 2 examples. So here's one.
They do not play with the chocolate chips. Chocolate mint lovers out there are gonna try the chocolate. You're gonna get a chocolate. Only vegan and all ingredients are sourced sustainably. USDA organic and no erythritol whatsoever. Order at aloha.com and pick up a sample pack to find your flavor. Oh.
So this one has a CTR 15%, which is pretty darn good. What I really love about this video, it's her initial reaction to it. It's fast paced. It cuts between different shots. So it's talking head in the beginning, and then it shows a few green screens scrolling on the company's website. It also shows a few close-ups of the package itself. So those are just all things that I'm paying attention to when I'm studying UGC videos. And that's a great example of a testimonial style video. We also have this one. This one I wasn't going to show, but I want to show just the beginning. The hook of this one I think is just brilliant. And I think that's why it has a top 10% for the CTR. So let's just watch the hook.
Look at that. It's so good. That is so good.
So just that hook of just like, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. I think that's such a great hook. Something that's really cool about this website is when you find a video that you like and you want to kind of study a little bit more, when you click on it, it opens you up to this page about the ad. It tells you the ad performance, but also dives into the video analysis. It breaks down the structure of the video. It tells you, okay, this was the attention grabber, and this is the call to action. So like, go get some today, go to the website. You notice in this one, she said, go to aloha.com or go here at the very end. So it kind of breaks down the structure of each video a little bit. And then it also gives you a little bit more analysis of the analytics for that video. So how long are people staying on that video? Where, at what point in the video are people clicking on the ad? So it looks like here's a peak. There's about 45 people clicking for CTR. Here's another peak. So it's just a little bit more thorough. It gives you a little bit more insight of like what's working well in the ad and what isn't working. So studying ads that both have a high CTR, but also ads that have low CTR and thinking, okay, why wasn't this one performing well on TikTok? Next, we have the vlog. This one is a casual style video where the product is being used in a section of the video. So maybe it's not right away where it's like, this is athletic greens. It's a little bit more organic and authentic styled video. Let's watch the beginning of this one.
I make it a point to wake up before my kids do at 6 in the morning. This is something completely new to me that I actually just started incorporating when my son started pre-K. I get out of bed, I drink my water, and I make my bed before I head downstairs. Honestly, I really struggled finding a morning routine that worked for me. The first and most important thing that I do every single morning is make my athletic greens. I love drinking this because it's definitely more than your typical greens powder. AG1 is loaded with 75 minerals and vitamins to help support a healthy immune system and your gut health. One of the first things that I noticed since I started incorporating AG1 into my daily routine is that my energy levels have significantly increased, which we all know as busy moms always on the move is very important. You can find AG1 linked in my bio.
So the video does end a little bit abruptly. I wonder if something got cut off there, but that is like the style of, okay, let's start with like a morning get ready with me and then incorporate the product into that routine. So that's a good example of the vlog style video. Next, we have voiceover. This is instead of a talking head or you sitting in front of the camera talking to the camera, you record a video about the product and then insert a voiceover, and it could be you using the product, aesthetic shots of the product. The example that I have here, it's funny. This is Hailey Bieber. This one literally just came up on my For You page when I was scrolling, and I was like, oh, this would be a good example of the voiceover style because she's doing her skincare. She's showing her product, the Rhode Beauty. She's showing it in use. It's basically a UGC video for her skincare line. The only thing that I wouldn't recommend is her voiceover starts with, I've never done a voiceover before. I wouldn't use that as your hook. Obviously, she's not trying to be strategic here. This is her personal page and she's just making a video. But this is like the style of, okay, you're going to do a voiceover while using the product. And I just wanted to show you what that would look like.
I've done a voiceover before, but I wanted to do it for this video, walking you through how I do the strawberry makeup look. I started with the glazing milk and the peptide glazing fluid, as I always do. Then I brushed up my brows and went in with some cream bronzer. Had to make sure that I didn't forget the forehead. Then I went in with some concealer, just a little bit, and blended it out.
So obviously with all short form content, we want it to be a little bit fast paced, a little bit quicker. So instead of having those long pauses with the voiceover, just talking straight through the video, shooting to have your video under 60 seconds, since that's what most brands are looking for with UGC, and remembering to focus on highlighting the product, showing the product in use, what it's good for. You could do kind of like a get ready style with me if it's a skincare product, but you could also just have those aesthetic shots in there. So showing some aesthetic shots of the product that, and then adding the voiceover on top of that. So you could really get creative here with all sorts of voiceover style videos. Next up, we have transformation or before and afters. With this one, really what you're doing is you're using the transformation as the hook of the video. You show it at the very beginning. So the hook is like, this is how I went from this to this. We're showing the hook at the very beginning to hook somebody into the video. And that way they keep watching to see like, oh, what did they use to get there? How did they do that? Let's show an example.
How my side profile went from this to this in less than 5 minutes. I used the viral leg face sculptor. It gave me a jawline instantly.
So that was quick, to the point, shows the transformation. Obviously, we want the before and after that you're showing to be as authentic as possible and not over exaggerating the before and after. You want to make sure you're communicating the product as authentic as possible. So you don't want the brand to get bad feedback on your video where they're like, oh, that's so fake. You could tell that you're faking XYZ, you know? So when you're doing these, you want them to be as authentic as possible. And then finally, we have educational. This could be giving tips about the industry that the brand is in. So if it's a vitamin supplement, you could give tips about the importance of magnesium, the importance of iron. So like 3 ways taking iron can improve your health or things like that. So you could do educational. The educational video here that I have is a recipe showing somebody how to make cookie dough protein bars with a specific protein powder. So it could be recipes, just being educational, teaching something of some sort to the audience. Let's watch this one.
You guys, cookie dough protein bars that are even better than store-bought. Let's get started. Add your oats to a blender, then blend that up until you have a fine flour consistency. Add that to a bowl. Next up is protein powder. I'm using Promix's vegan vanilla protein powder, and I think that vegan protein powder works the best in protein bars. It gives it a really thick, like cookie dough consistency. Then you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter. This adds some healthy fats for energy, and it also makes it taste really good. Now to add some sweetness, you can do whatever sweetener you like. I like doing maple syrup and honey, but today I'm just going to do a little stevia, which keeps the calories a little bit lower. Almost done, you're going to do a splash of vanilla and then a pinch of salt. Give that a good mix, and then you're going to add a tiny splash of water or almond milk at a time, and keep stirring until you get a very thick dough. Then since these are cookie dough flavor, I'm going to stir in some dark chocolate chips. Line a container with parchment paper, then add in the dough. Press it down into the container really well. Then cover them up and pop them in the fridge for about 20 minutes to set. After about 20 minutes, they should be firm enough to slice, so you can just lift them out of the container and then slice them up into bars. And that's it. These are so delicious, and they're the perfect high protein snack that you can take on the go. So try them out, and I hope you love them.
Perfect. I love the educational style videos. Those ones are probably my favorite, but that's probably a given because I'm in the educational industry. Those ones are my favorite. So those are the 9 different types of UGC videos that you can create for a brand. If you've made it this far, be sure to include the secret emoji in your comment below and watch this video next because YouTube thinks you'll like it. Thanks so much for watching. Follow your joy. Bye.